welcome back to my YouTube channel. As you can tell by the title of this video, yes, it is true, I got hacked on Instagram. It was a very unfortunate and super stressful situation, so I'm going to tell you guys the entire story today. I'm also going to share with you guys how to recover your account if you do get hacked. But before I get into the video, I just want to say, guys, be careful on social media. I know it can be really fun and exciting, especially for new bloggers and new content creators, but it's seriously so scary for your personal information to be taken away from you. So be very careful, be mindful, always cross-check like the emails that come in and make sure it is real before you guys click on anything, and don't make the same mistake that I made. So let's get started into the story. So I received an email really early on a Friday morning, and it was a brand asking if I wanted to collaborate with them. So I usually get numerous emails like this, so I didn't think anything of it. And at the bottom of the email, they had provided a link for me to click on so I could review the products. I'm going to go ahead and put the email here up on the screen so you guys can take a look at it and just be aware of what a scam email looks like. This is a scam email, you guys. I always cross-check my emails, and I always click on the email addresses and make sure that it's real and authentic before I respond. But this particular morning, it was 5 a.m. on my off Friday, and I don't know, I was just in bed, I was not thinking, and I went ahead and I clicked on a link. So I clicked on the link and it took me straight to the Instagram app, which I was already logged into because I'm always signed in from my phone. The Finish Line Women's Instagram page instantly opened up, and I was just browsing through looking at the products, and 45 seconds to a minute later, I get a little pop-up that said I was logged out of my account, which I thought was so weird because I never log out of my account because I just have it saved on my phone. I tried to re-enter my password and it just kept saying it was an incorrect password. So about 5 or 6 attempts later, I figured, you know what, I would just delete my username and then type in my username again as well as my password. So I typed in my email address / my username. I tried both of them, and it said the username could not be found. And that's when I was just kind of getting a little frightened, like, why is my username not being found? So I just went back to my email, and I received an email from Instagram, which I'm going to put on the screen here again. Basically is telling me that my email address on the account has been changed. And so now I'm like looking at it. So my email address, which is simplyjoshua@gmail.com, is my blogging email, has been changed to this hacker's email address. So at this point, I know 100% sure I've been hacked. I was like, oh God, I clicked on the link that I wasn't supposed to click on. I was at this point freaking out, still in bed. So at the bottom of the email, it said if you didn't make this change to your email address, then click this to revert the change. So I clicked on that, but I wasn't able to revert the change because the hacker had already changed all the information, so all the new emails were going straight to him, which sucked because at this point I was logged out of my account, so my password was changed as well as my email address on the account, so I had no way to retrieve it back. So I started Googling how to get your account back, and I found some really good articles and some YouTube videos. So I read an article that said there's 3 ways for you to get your account back if you've been logged out of it. So one is you can go in from your Facebook if your Facebook is linked to Instagram. Which unfortunately my Instagram was not linked to my Facebook, so I couldn't do that. And then option 2 was if your number is linked on your Instagram account, then you can get it back by logging in with your phone number, which wouldn't work for me either because I was so dumb and I didn't have my 2-step authentication turned on and I didn't have my phone number. And then option 3 was to have your 2-step authentication turned on, so if somebody was trying to get in, then you can block the access once you get an access code on your cell phone. So none of those options were going to work for me, and I was like, okay, great. At this point, I just thought I had lost my Instagram. So about an hour or 2 passed by. I've been like Googling, trying to research, and I go back to my emails and I get this email. And at this point, it's the hackers. Like, they know they got me. So they sent me an email saying I have 3 hours to respond to them, and if I don't, then they'll clear all my photos and then like delete it or sell the account. I don't know if they would really do that or if they were just trying to scare me, but they did freak me out. So I didn't respond to them. I just completely ignored it. But like about an hour later, every 30 minutes to an hour, I started receiving emails from them, and it was crazy. They were sending emails like nonstop, threatening to delete my account, basically trying to scare me so I could pay them and get my account back. So then this is when I started implementing all the steps to get my account back. So this is where it starts. If you want to write this down or save this video for future use if you get hacked, which I hope you don't because it is a pain in the butt, you guys. It took me a solid 7 days to get my account back. I don't know if it was just because it was Christmas break, so everything was really slow, or if this is like the normal process timing for Facebook or Instagram. I have no idea. The first thing you're going to want to do is log out of all the accounts that you're signed into from Instagram. So if you have business accounts or personal accounts, log out of everything. This just makes it really easy, and Instagram and Facebook know which account you're referring to and which account needs help. So click on forgot password, and once you click on that, you're going to want to enter your username that you're trying to get access back into. So I disregarded the entire phone number situation. I just went straight to username and I typed in my username, Simply Jasra. Then I'm going to click on need more help, and I'm going to fill out this form. I filled out this form 15 times. It sounds so crazy, but everywhere I read online, people were just like filling out like numerous times a day. So I figured if I really want this account back, I need to fill it out more than once a day. And I did notice that sometimes when I sent the form out, I would get an automated response back right away. Other times I wouldn't get an automated response back right away, so I just figured that it was just getting thrown into a pile, so I just filled it out again. Finally, I received a automated response that told me to write a pin on a sheet of paper and hold it up with my full name and my username at the bottom of it. So that's exactly what I did. I think about 4 days later, so it took a while, maybe 4 or 5 days later, I finally received a response from Facebook and Instagram, and they basically restored my account. So they created a new username, and then they provided me a link to confirm and verify my email, and then once I confirmed it, I had access back into the account. But my situation was a little more difficult than this. When I went back into the account, I guess the hacker had changed my age to younger than 13 years old. So when I tried to log back in, although I was able to, Instagram had blocked me from using Instagram because they said I was under the age. So I had to go through another process where I had to appeal the age and then take a picture of my driver's license and send that in, so they knew that I was older and of age to use Instagram. So that was something that I had to deal with on the side. So about a whole week later, I finally got my account back. It was a really stressful and annoying situation, I'm not gonna lie, but you will get your account back, don't worry. So yeah, that is my full story. I mean, it wasn't anything crazy, but it was crazy enough to share. So I hope you guys are all safe. Don't click on anything that looks suspicious. Learn from me. And I hope you guys are all well. I'll see you guys in my next one, which will hopefully be on a much brighter note. Bye!